guys, welcome back to What's on My Plate. So for tonight we're having ribs baked in the oven. They're going to be so delicious, you're going to love it. So let's get started. Okay, so for this recipe I have a whole rack of St. Louis style ribs. I wanted to show you, I had already seasoned them. So I plastic wrapped them and put them in the fridge for about an hour or so. So all you need to do is season it with your favorite rub. I used my favorite Denny Mike's Sublime Swine seasoning. I love it. So that's what I used for this. I just wanted to show you. I had wrapped it, put it in the fridge, and then now I removed it, and then I'm going to show you the next part of my process. Okay, so you lay it on your baking tray. I'm using parchment paper, and I'm just going to drizzle barbecue sauce just on the back here, just a little bit. And then we're going to flip it and add a little bit more barbecue sauce on the other side. And this is just because it's going to cook with the dry rub, but the added extra barbecue sauce while it's doing that is just totally going to make it so moist. So I'm just going to rub this a little bit here like that. Okay. And now we're just going to flip it and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so I flipped it over and I added a little bit of barbecue sauce to this side, just a little bit. Okay, before I wrap it up, I forgot to tell you, you always put the meat side down. So I had just flipped it, so all the meat side is down. And again, that barbecue sauce is there to give it that added moisture while it's cooking. So this is going to cook in a 350 degree oven for approximately an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so here it is, fully wrapped, meat side down, and this is going to go in the oven, and then when it's completed I will remove it from the oven and I will show you how it looks. Okay, so my ribs are almost done and out of the oven, but I still have more to do with them after, which I'm going to show you. But I have a can of baked beans here. I love having baked beans with ribs. I have these cans on hand. I do make my own baked beans, and that'll be another recipe another time, but always have baked beans on hand when you're eating ribs. I just love it. So I'm just going to pour them in here, and then you just warm them. Just cook them, let it get to a little boil, and then you kind of mix it and then shut them off. And this is going to be the side to my ribs. And I also have homemade mac and cheese, and that'll be another recipe another day that I'm going to show you. But my ribs are smelling great, so I'm going to warm these up, and my baked beans are done. Okay, so my ribs are out of the oven. I'm going to open them up. Look at all that steam. So we're going to let them cool, and then once they're done cooling, look at that. That just looks so good. It's already full off the bone. So I'm going to cut them into riblets, and I'm going to lather them with barbecue sauce, and I'm going to put them in the broiler for like less than 5 minutes so they can crispify, and then you have that barbecue sauce just like sticking to them. So we're going to get to that step, so we just need to let them cool just for a little bit. Okay, so I have cut my ribs into little riblets. I'm going to get my barbecue sauce. I'm going to put some on each one. And you can use whatever barbecue sauce you want. This time I got the Kraft Original, but I always use, I'm forgetting the name of it, but Sweet Baby Ray's. Yes, that's what I always use. But I got this one, and then I'm just going to lather it all over like this on the sides. And when this goes in the broiler, it's going to be amazing. It's going to get crispified. But these ribs are done. You can actually eat them like this. So if you just want it fall off the bone, then go ahead and start eating them from here eating them like this. Okay, so that's it. And you can do each side. If you want to flip them during the process, you can. You can add more barbecue sauce on after. But this is my rib recipe. I'm going to put them in the broiler, and when they come out, they're completely done. Okay, so my ribs came out of the broiler. Look how delicious they look. Sizzling. So I'm going to plate my food and I will show you. Okay, so here are my ribs with my side of homemade mac and cheese and my baked beans. Thank you so much for watching what's on my plate.